Alright, my people, another video, you know what I'm saying, lovely day. So yeah, before I go and get my my peppered steak and them things there, before I come and just do a quick video for the people, them YouTube, your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And you get me, you're looking for music marketing, music strategies and consultations and whatever the case may be to get your career popping and moving, make sure that you click on the link below, get in contact. But yeah, today, story time, because you know that's, get me, got to share the experiences, got to document what's going on in life. And get me, sometimes man are just sitting on stories and I'm thinking to myself, you know what, man's only here for a certain amount of time, I might as well document this stuff for myself, so that, you get me, like if anyone needs to hear it, at least you heard it from the horse's mouth. It's not no speculation, you get what I'm saying to you. So I'm gonna talk about how a kid from East London manifested his dream to end up on Top of the Pops, right? And if anyone doesn't know what Top of the Pops is, it was one of the biggest music chart shows in the UK. Yeah, once upon a time, every Friday 7:30, all of the top 20 artists in the charts, you're gonna hear performances from those artists who are, you know, bagging those positions on a week-to-week basis. Yeah, so it was a highly anticipated, highly sought after chart show, and literally impossible. Like when you talk about like the chances of most musicians or whatever the case may be, the percentage of them ending up on that TV show, I would say is probably about 3%, 2%. You know what I'm saying to you? Very, very slim. Because you got to remember at that time as well, most of the chart positions were kind of dominated by American artists or UK pop acts, which had the major label backings. You get me? So me, black kid, 17 years old, East London, drums, Top of the Pops, yeah, it's not happening. You get what I'm saying to you? So that's what we basically had to be dealing with at that time. It was basically impossible. Like I remember one time going into a music store and basically the guitarist walked in and he was like, oh, I need to buy, I think he said like I think he might have said like, I don't know, like a 500 meter cable, rare. And then they was like, oh, where are you playing? Wembley. And then he was like, no, I'm playing at Wembley tonight. The whole shop started laughing. So you got to look at it like at that time, it's not like it is now. You see, like now in 2025, like it's like everyone's got a chance at being famous. You got TikTokers, you got YouTubers, you got content creators, you got gamers, streamers, this, that, and the third, footballers, rare. Like everyone's got a chance at being famous in 2025. You see, at that time, that was 2002. It weren't like that then. It was basically impossible to be famous unless you was like American, or you was like in one of them bands like Boyzone, or you was like Simply Red, or, do you see what I'm saying to you? Westlife. You weren't one of them man there, you weren't gonna be famous, you know what I'm saying? So, how did I manifest? Well, I remember just writing it down like I want to be on Top of the Pops. I used to see all these American artists and different people on there, and I just had my drum kit in my room at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna be on Top of the Pops. I don't know like how it's gonna come together, but I remember I was just used to like any live music nights, jam sessions. 17 years old, man, I was just outside, just go in there, wait till my chance to get on the drums and just blaze it down, you know what I'm saying? Like no mercy. Whatever the song was, I ate it all up to the point where they're like, no, stay on for another 2-3 songs. Sometimes I even got the drummer out of there where like he didn't even want to get back on. It's his own kit. They're talking about, yeah, we want to book you to come and do the show next week or the jam session. You get me? Like I wasn't really trying to get anyone out of there. I was just trying to show my talent to the world. I was like, I'm hungry. Man's running around on the streets, getting up to no good. I found my talent. Let me try and use it to the the maximum, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me just put it out there. Like, that's all I was looking at it, like it was an opportunity to showcase my talent. So that's what I was doing, innit? I was, boom. So at that time there was like a production camp that I kind of ended up linking with in South London, and they were good peoples, man, you get me? And I remember he rung me once to kind of like help put a showcase together for his artist that he was looking to get signed to the labels and whatever. And I remember I was billing with him. I was just like, look, you just cover man's petrol so that, and like food, like as long as I don't have to pay to get to the rehearsal and I got food to put in my belly, bro, man, I'll work with you, you get me? I was 17 years old, weren't really caring about like the payment or whatever like that, do you get what I'm saying to you? Because I was just trying to build and trying to get myself out there. So I started to build. We licked down the artists. It was crazy. We did like about 4 or 5 showcases, and then yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. I think the production team ended up getting more work, but I'm not sure how it worked out for the artists. So yeah, it worked more in the favor of the producers. I think at the time she was a black dark-skinned girl, so you know what I mean, apart from like Skunk and Nancy and whatever, I don't even know of any black girls, dark-skinned girls that was really in the UK market like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really the label's type of flavour, but obviously at that time they're more than happy to take the black talent and put it behind the scenes to kind of prop up their talent. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think it worked in favour of the production. Anyway, I think that whole experience stuck with them, with Greg in particular, to the point where it was like, I don't know, maybe like eight months later, I ended up getting a phone call, and Greg was like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, I'm about, like, obviously at that time I'm kind of on call for anything that's music. I was like moving stuff around and doing whatever had to be done, do you get me? So he's like, oh, there's an audition tomorrow happening at John Henry's. So I was like, who's the artist? What's really going on? And he was like, oh, the artist is called David Snedden. He's from Fame Academy. These times I'm like, I remember seeing like bits of Fame Academy because my mum and my sister, they was watching it. And obviously at the time, there was a black youth on there called Lamar. He was from Tottenham. So that's how I knew of Fame Academy, but I weren't following the show. So, do you see what I'm saying? So I didn't know who won or whatever, but Greg has obviously said to me, look, boom, tomorrow, John Henry's, it was like 1 p.m, they're having an audition down there, get down there. I've obviously patterned things. I'm gonna give your name to the people and whatever, just turn up at 1 p.m and go do your thing. So at that time I was like, rah, like what's going on here? So I've obviously done a little bit of research, found out like Fame Academy winner, kind of like listened to a couple of the songs, got a feel for it, and I was like, right, cool, boom. So the next day now, I woke up, got to John Henry's, given my name, and I've given my name, it's like we're like in a dining, like a canteen type of area. And as I've given my name, I've like walked in, given my name, but then as I've spun round, looking around the room now, I just remember seeing a whole heap of like drummers in the room. Like I saw like Spice Girls drummer, I saw Craig David's drummer, I saw Anastasia's drummer, I saw all these different people. You see what I'm saying to you? I was kind of like thrown, because I was like, I'm like the little man in the room, you get me? I'm like 17 years old, I ain't really got nothing heavyweight underneath my belt, do you get me? I'm looking around, I'm seeing all these top tier guys who have done all these big jobs, do you get what I'm saying to you? Like I'm thinking, Rob, these lot got heavyweight CV, do you get what I'm saying? They've already got like arena, stadium tours underneath their belt, you get me? But still, obviously, man, just there with my East London flavour, I'm just vibes-ing and just, you get me, just like, boom, just all in my corner. I didn't even chat to anyone in the room, cause they was all like clicked off, you get me, like 3 man over there, 3 man there, 3 man there, a couple guys sitting down around the table having their little pub jokes, You know them ones there? I'm just me, 17 years old. I don't fit in with none of these guys there. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm just waiting until my name's called. Obviously my name's called. Boom, boom, boom. I've walked with one of the team. They've taken me downstairs into one of the studios, like the double doors that you go through and you're like sealed in there. And then there's like, obviously the artist is there, David's there, his friend is there. There's a couple other people, tour manager, this, that, whatever, label person. There's kind of like, obviously, we're looking for a band. He's going to be doing a lot of shows and whatever. So I'm kind of like, all right, cool. So they basically said, look, we're going to play, I think it was like 2 songs. And we just want you to basically go on the drums and just interpret the songs. So I'm like, all right, cool, no worries. I think they played the first song once, and then I listened, and then it was like, yeah, hop on. So I hopped on the drums now, and I remember I was just like doing my thing. Do you know what I mean? I was doing what I do. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I was just adding my little, you know what I'm saying, to the song, and just, you get me, bringing the song alive. And it's weird because I always used to practice to like CDs and like play along in the headphones, and so I was always like building up my muscle memory of timing, and like I almost used to see it like a practice and a job to basically to become one with the CD. Do you know what I'm saying? And basically they played the record, done what I was doing, and I was added my little spice to it. And then they was gonna play the second song, and then they just said, oh, like, what's your availability like? They started asking me these questions. What's your availability like? What's that kind of like, what have you got planned for the next 6 months or 8 months? Are you working with any other bands? They started to like kind of like probe a bit more into me. So I was thinking, this is like, I don't know, like I didn't really know what was going on. To be honest with you, that was like my first proper audition, so I didn't really thing in it. So he was like, all right, cool, thanks for coming down. They didn't ask me to play the second song, so I kind of thought, you get me, I overheard a couple other guys saying that they played 2 songs and that as well. So I was kind of thinking, did they fill, man, or did they not? You get me? Because it's like, I've only played 1 song. But anyway, gone back upstairs into the canteen area, and obviously everyone's up there. You get me? It's like, it's feeling this vibe, like obviously, like I can't lie, I felt like the little man in the room, because like I said, I didn't have any heavyweight titles. Like all of these guys had big gigs and or had completed big gigs, and I'd seen them on TV. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I knew who these people were. You know what I mean? I'd seen them in magazines for like musical instrument promotions, and I was just like, wow, cool. Anyway, like an hour went by, and a guy came upstairs with a clipboard, and then he was like, he's like, I'm gonna call some names. Right? So he started calling out names. He called out about, I think he called out about six names. But obviously I didn't know at the time, but I think there was other instrumentalists in the room. So he called out these names, and then he said, and then he's calling out these names, and then my name was number 6. So then he was like, if your name hasn't been called, you're free to go. But don't worry, we've got loads of other projects happening, and to keep you guys in mind. Thank you for your time, blah, 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 all of that type of stuff. So I'm thinking, I just saw the room empty, innit? So you've got to think there's probably about 200 people in the room. You just seen the room just slowly empty. Boom, there's just 6 of us left in the room now. So then the guy was like, alright, cool, you 6 follow me down to the studio, and whatever the case may be. Anyway, we're having a chat. And David and the tour manager was like, yeah, we want you to do the drums. So I was like, Rob, where? I was just like, I was feeling mad happy, because I was thinking to myself, I came into this situation as the underdog. You get me? But he was just like, nah, the way you played that song, he was like, it's crazy. Like, I need that on tour. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So then the tour manager was like, said something like, I think he said like, I've got one rule. He said, I've got one rule. And that rule is that when I book you a car, right, to come and pick you up, if that car is more than 2 minutes late, you phone my phone. Yeah? He said, other than that, I am going to treat you like a baby. So I was like, rotted. What is this? And then he was like, and we're gonna start because we got Top of the Pops on Friday. So I was like, blood clot. What? I couldn't believe it. Are you dumb? I was like, what? This is unheard of, bro. This is unfathomed. Like, I ain't even giving you like the backstory on what, like, how many people messed me around and whatever. Like, this is my own thing. So I'm like, this time it was like, I don't know, like a Wednesday, or maybe it was a Tuesday, and then I think we recorded Top of the Pops on the Thursday, and then it aired on the Friday. So yeah, it was like a Tuesday. So it was like a couple of days, cars coming to pick you up. We're doing this. So I think we started we had like a rehearsal, and whatever the case may be, and then he was like, yeah, basically I'm gonna give me your address and whatever. The car's gonna come and pick you up at this time. BBC White City. We're locked in. So 2 days we're recording for Top of the Pops. His single's gone #1. So, like, you've got to imagine now, I'm overwhelmed. Do you get me? I'm overwhelmed because like my head is doing a million things. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, remember like Greg, gig, artist, didn't work out, production, 8 months later called me, audition, thing in the room, big guys, I'm the smallest underdog in the room. Now I've been selected, now you're telling me in 2 days we're recording Top of the Pops and you're telling me the single's gone in at #1. Boom, my head is gone. I can't fathom what the hell is going on. You get me? And it's mad because like I'll say this, yeah, like it doesn't matter if you're the underdog. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I started as an underdog. Do you get what I mean? You can still come out on top. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I surpassed all those guys in the room. What did I have that those guys didn't have? You see what I'm saying to you? And they done big gigs or whatever, but you know what I mean? And it's really like strange as well because at that time my style was very unorthodox because everyone else's style in that time period was very like robotic, whereas I came on with more of the American flair. You get me? Because a lot of the musicians I was listening to were American, so I was coming on with the busy style, which is like stamping my presence. Like you kind of understood, like who's that guy on the drums? Like what the hell is he doing? Like it's mad. Like I need to. Like I made people take notice of the drums. That was my speciality. Do you get what I mean? So anyway, I've left the studio, overwhelmed now. I'm walking back to the train station. First person I phoned is my mum. Like, mum, it's like I'm doing Top of the Pops on Friday. My mum started screaming. I said, yeah, man. I said, I can't believe it. I said, I don't even think I told her I had the audition or whatever. But I was like, literally, yeah, they want me to do the gig, and they're sending a car to come and pick me up. Obviously, I'm living with my mum and dad at the time, and all I remember is that on that Thursday morning, I think the car was supposed to come like maybe like 9 o'clock or something like that. As I looked outside, it's a blacked out Mercedes, and I was like, oh my God, man has made it. You get me? That's all I was thinking. I was thinking, rotted. You get me? Boom, the guy, as I was coming outside, the guys come out the car, open the door for me, proper chauffeur, you get me? He had a suit and tie on and opened the door and, to get me, cooled bottle of water, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get me? Sat down and leather seats and smell that cowhide, and I was like, wow, welcome to the good life, man. Welcome to the good life. And that's literally how a kid from East London ended up on national television, Top of the Pops. And from that, ended up doing Top of the Pops like 3-4 times live. Not miming. At the time, a lot of people did do the miming. We played live, yeah? Because the label heard man's input and they was like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this live. You get me, on some rock and roll shit. We ended up supporting Bryan Adams on his stadium tour. We supported Elton John on his stadium tour. I recorded on his album with Elton John's band. What else did we do? Yeah, we did shitloads of gigs, and that was basically my entry, like my full-on entry into the music industry. You get me? Talking at 2001. So yeah, man, don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something or that it's impossible, or you get me? I overcome a lot of odds to be in that situation, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm grateful for the experience, because like I said, it's like a 1 to 2% that you even, you know, and I'm glad to have been a part of that historic time period. And I hope that this inspires you guys, you know, to push forward in whatever you're doing. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't achieve. And I manifested that, you know what I'm saying? I manifested that. So it's important with everyone on their journey to stay focused. You gotta lock off the noise, stay focused, stay dedicated, and you get me, have the tunnel vision till you get to that goal. You know what I mean? And I wish everyone the most success, peace, love and light, prosperity. And yeah, I'm out of there.